Hello. Today we're going to continue our application of the book's contents to a case study, the Advanced Automotive Company case study. And of course, we're going to apply the concepts of statistical summarization. And this is where we take a look at our survey results and we get statistical information from those survey results. So let's start, and we'll go ahead and look at first, what is the demographic composition of our sample, our survey. So we're going to take a look at age category, job category, income category, education category, gender, marital status, and size of the city. So we've already done age category when we did our Excel workshop last week. We'll start with that one just to refresh your memory on how to do this type of summary analysis. And then you can continue for each of the others. But let's go ahead, we'll do age category just to refresh your memory. So the first thing I'm going to do is bring up my worksheet and share that. Okay, and I think you can now see my worksheet. So I'm going to add a new sheet. I'm going to call this 11_2, 11_2 demographic profile. So again, I add the sheet by coming over to the plus sign, and then I change the name by double clicking on sheet. Mine was sheet 2. I double click that, and I changed it to 11_2 demo. You can change it to whatever name you like. I just use this to keep track of as we go along. Oh, I'm sorry. This is, 11_2 should be right. And we'll get the age category from data. So click on data, and you'll go right up to the leftmost where you see A, B, C, D. I highlighted column E. I'm going to hit Control C as in Charlie, and that's going to copy it. I'm now going to go over to 11_2 demo. Get that in A1 and then do a paste. And now I've pasted it. Next, and I'll save my worksheet. Next, I'm going to copy this again, and I'm going to paste it. Well, first, I'm not going to, let me save that first. I'm going to select column A, and let's sort it. So go up to data, then sort. I'm going to sort on age category, smallest to largest. Now I'm going to copy, and I'm going to paste it in B1. I'm going to come up and change the name of age cat here to undupe. Then I'm going to highlight column B. And you'll notice up on the top in the data ribbon under data tools, I've got something that says remove duplicates. I'm going to click that. I want to continue with the current selection. I don't want to undupe everything, just the current selection, which is column B. And it's okay. I unduped, and now I've got my actual values, unique values in age category. Next, I'll do a frequency count. And so I'm going to say equals count if, and I'll do my range, comma, come back up top. And then I'm going to look for B2. And I get my count. Now I'm just going to drag this down. And I have my frequency counts for everything. Now I'm going to do the frequency percentages. So I'll get a total amount. I can do that by doing equals sum and just highlighting those. And I get 1,000, of course. And I'll move that there. There we go. So this is going to be equal to C2 divided by 1,000. And then I drag them down. Oops, one more. And I can change them to percents. And at this point, we really don't need to do the frequency percentage. We can just leave it at frequency count. Okay, so let's go back to our slideshow. All right, there we are. So take about 20 minutes and do the demographic profile by getting the frequency counts for each of these categorical variables. And then we'll go over them. Okay, let's take a look at them. So we'll do job category. Let's switch over to the worksheet. And here we are. We have age category. I'll come over to data. Here's job category. I'll highlight that, which is column G. And then I'll do a Control C to copy it. Then I'll come over to column E and do a Control V as in Victor to paste it. I now have job category. Next, I'll sort column E. So I'll leave it highlighted. Come over to sort. Yes, I want to sort job cat. It's now sorted. I'll go Control C and select it. Put my cursor on cell F1 right next door. Then Control V as in Victor to paste it in. Then I'll highlight that second job cat and I'll call it undo because we're going to get just the unique values in job cat. So I highlight column F, come up to remove duplicates and click on that. I do not, I repeat, I say again, I do not want to expand the selection. I want to continue with the current. So I click remove dupes. And now we have that. Next, I'll just copy my formula from cell C2, Control C, and I'll paste it to Control G2, Control V, and then I get my count for category 1 in JobCat, and then I'll go through and get the other counts as well. And again, I'm just going to leave it as a raw count rather than the percentages. So we do that for each one of those demographic variables that were in the slide, and we get this as a result. And I will copy this worksheet up to Sakai, so you can check your results against it. This demographic profile of our survey sample is going to be the same for all of us. The next thing we do is going to be unique. Mine is going to be different than yours. So let's take a look at that. Go back to sharing the slides. Okay, so next question is, what is the likelihood of purchase in the next 3 years of the small 2-seat hybrid auto? And that is in the small probability variable column. So I'm going to do mine. Yours is a small probability and mine is right next door to yours. So I'm going to do mine, then I'll give you some time to do yours, and then we'll come back to see if there's any questions. So let's switch over to our worksheet. Okay, so here's our worksheet, also known as our data set. So now I'm going to make another worksheet up. Sheet 3 pops into focus, and I will call this 11_2 probability. Okay, now I've got to get the data to analyze, so I come back to my data sheet. And so I'm looking at, for the probability of buying a very small. So I look at column A3 and it says very small probability. Let's go over to our defined variables and go over to column AE. And here we have it. I'm sorry, column AF, a very small probability. The probability of buying a very small 1-seat hybrid, and AG is the probability of buying a 2-seat hybrid. That's the one you guys will be doing. Come back here. Okay, so again, I'm going to do very small probability, which in defined variables is in column AF. You're going to do a small probability right next door to it. And in defined variables, that's column AG. But if you look, let me scroll all the way over. The first column in our defined variables is where we have the headings for each one of the rows. So when we go back to data, I'm going to show you where mine is in data. Mine is AE. Oops, let me come back. AE as in alpha echo, very small probability. Yours is going to be AF as in alpha foxtrot. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy column AE, Control C, go over to worksheet 11_2 prob, put my cursor in A1, hit Control V. Next, I'm going to type some statistics that I'm interested in, like average, standard deviation, min, max, and count. And now we'll go ahead and do these. So for average, I'm going to type in equals AVER. And of course, I see average pop up, so I'll double click that. My number range is going to be A2 colon A1001. Then I hit enter. Oops, got something wrong here. I missed my colon. And there we go. So I now have an average of 13.78, which is the average or the probability of someone buying a very small one-seat hybrid in the next 3 years. Again, they entered these as probabilities. So what we want is the average of those probabilities. That's going to be our expected probability for purchasing in the future. So we expect 13.78% of the people to buy a car in the one-seat hybrid in the next 3 years. You will be using, instead of very small probability, small probability. So you're going to get a different number than I am. And that'll be the probability that someone will buy a 2-seat hybrid in the next 3 years. Next, we'll do standard deviation. So I'll type in equals here. Don't know what happened. Equals, and then STD. Well, it's slow. We X out of there. Okay, equals STD P, and then I'm going to go A2 colon A1001. A2. And I get 23% on that one. Okay, and now let's do the min and the max. So equals min A2 colon A1001. Max equals equal sign MAX A2 colon A1001, and count equals sign count A2 colon A1001. Okay, so you should have done something similar to this, except using the proper data column for your particular model, which would have been small prob instead of very small prob. Okay, any questions on that?